Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Tad.
Good evening.
Pugs Dread.
Namaste.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
So thank you guys for joining us on a Tuesday night live tonight.
Anybody got tacos?
No,
Remember, Supreme said it's not Taco Tuesday, it's Tortilla Tuesday. So.
yes.
I'm hungry
Yeah,
now.
well, I had tacos for lunch and one extra tortilla rolled with butter because that's what I wanted.
I had,
yeah.
I had a quesadilla for dinner, so I guess that counts. Close
Yes,
enough.
that's tortilla.
Homemade, or did you guys go out?
I had a homemade one.
Homemade.
It was with those healthy tortillas, so it was kind of lame.
Yeah, mine was rolled and heated with butter.
Yeah,
That's the way you do it. Some salt.
Corn or
sometimes.
flour, I'll take either one.
Fuck yeah.
There you go.
And I'm
I didn't have
tortilla.
Mexican food today. God damn. Now I want Mexican food.
Some people just call it food, Dan.
Right.
Ah. God damn.
Yeah, Atlanta, the big hotbed for Mexican.
Atlanta.
No,
has
here we go.
great food.
No, do not talk about your Mexican food. It could suck a dick compared to California. I don't want to hear it.
I'm not saying that at all. I agree. But Atlanta does have some good Mexican restaurants. And
I'm
yes,
gonna
man, great jalapenos in
God damn
Here
it.
we go.
Atlanta.
At least Kruger, they got some. Arizona's weird.
He's close.
They got really good Mexican food and they got really shitty, super white Mexican food. It's like,
Yeah, it just depends. Like you have to go to like the mom and pop places or like the people that have been here for like 60 fucking years. That's where you get the good shit. But there's also a lot of Americanized Mexican food.
no,
out here.
because they got to give the people what they want. I get it. Not everyone wants a real taco.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes Tex-Mex is good, man. I don't mind it, but yeah, I'll take the real deal any day.
Yeah, same.
Oh, yeah. No, me. I agree. I agree.
There you go, plugs.
There you go. Shut up and eat peaches, Georgia boy. Fuck yeah, there he goes.
I try. You know what? I have like 2 peach trees, and I couldn't
Dan's
like,
new
and
name.
they couldn't order. I couldn't get a fucking peach to grow to save my life. And they've been out there like 6 years now. I had 2. They won't fucking grow. It's Georgia. That's bullshit.
Oh, fucking goddamn it, Todd! You made fucking soda go in my nose.
Well, wait.
But maybe one day I might try again. I'm like, somehow I did something wrong. They got full sun. It's a huge tree. The trees look great, but they never produced peaches.
No
I don't get it.
Gardener
No
Dan,
fucking peaches.
a new
Are you
Patreon
sure?
exclusive video.
Are you sure they're?
You'll get like these tiny little.
Dan's new name.
You'll get these tiny little circular, like uneditable, like embryo peaches, but like you don't get like peaches. I don't know why. Somebody
I
out
don't
there
even know what
the
Dan's talking
comments.
about anymore.
I need to
We're
know.
fucking the gardening show now, apparently.
We are a gardening show because yes,
Ben
if
Grimm.
you know how to
Peaches-
grow peaches and
Peaches
trees,
come in a can. They
Oh.
were put there in a can. Put there by a man.
I can eat peaches. Yes, I can. There we go. Is that where we're going, Dr.
Peaches.
Seuss?
I can eat peach for hours. Castor Troy, face off.
The best.
Greatest character of all time.
What's up, Cliff?
And this is just a sneak peek of our uncensored fun we'll be having in Patreon.
I think we're gonna have a fun Patreon tonight. So yes,
Talk about
Patreon.com.
gardening.
Yeah,
All
apparently.
gardening.
Soon
All-
Dan starts talking gardening, I'm gonna just mute him.
I'm gonna plant 2 more fucking peach trees, and I'm gonna chronicle it, and we're gonna get peaches this
You
time.
muted
You muted yourself. You dumb fuck. You fucked up. You fuck.
Oh, I could make this go dark real quick if I without that was gonna make a strange
You
freak
got
show.
one movie review Dan's pretty worried about.
Boom. That-
Oh, I'm so excited.
We're live, pal.
I'm good.
we are live, pal. So is that a segue to a review, Tad?
Yeah, we'll save our shenanigans for post.
We'll save some shenanigans for.
Oh, but we do want to say that we will be having our 1000th episode of Flesh
Ooh.
Wound Horror. We'll have our celebration on I have the date. I just got to look.
That's
It's
okay.
like 2-3 weeks. Am I at?
November 25th will be our 1000th episode.
Post Thanksgiving. Right on.
Sweet.
Thanksgiving.
The 23rd, I believe.
No, wait.
Wait, that's a Thursday. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Okay, you know what? That date should be the 22nd. I fucked up. Hold on.
There you go.
So the day
Twice.
before Thanksgiving. So you can be thankful that we gave you 1,000 fucking episodes.
Hold on.
And I don't care.
I botched. There's the new botch clip.
Please send that to him.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's the official new whoever botches clip.
What a maneuver.
There goes my ICW bookings.
Fine.
I don't mind Boy Georgia, by the way. I don't care. I'm gonna just own it.
That's fine.
That's fine.
I mean,
And yes,
damn-
and yes, we really want to hurt you.
Yeah.
There you go. I will
Greg is like,
sing
I
that
don't know
on
what's going
Patreon.
on.
You heard that here. He said he will sing that on Patreon. I want
Well,
that.
wait till you guys hear tomorrow the offer he makes on our analog nightmares.
Yeah, that's if you do something.
Well,
if you
they got to listen
accomplish
tomorrow
something.
now. Yeah, I'm not tipping it off, Dan.
Yes. Another show tomorrow. Visual Vengeance, Analog Nightmares. Check it out. All right. So first movie, and we're gonna talk about the movie now. From director Joe Lynch, Suitable Flesh. And this is a loose adaptation of the 1933 H.P. Lovecraft short story, The Thing on the Doorstep, and follows a psychiatrist who becomes obsessed with one of her young patients, who she later discovers is linked to an ancient body-swapping curse. All right, Suitable Flesh. So hot tag, whoever wants to go.
Go for it, Kruger.
So I was definitely really excited for this movie. Just one shot. I mean, Joe Lynch, I've liked a majority of everything he's done, especially his creep show segments. He actually had some of the strongest ones of season 2. So going in, had high expectations. Also hearing that he was working with Barbara Crampton in a Lovecraft story. I mean, there was a lot of hype going into this. First thing I'll say, just the acting is pretty fucking flawless throughout this thing. Really great performance by our lead actress too, Heather
Graham.
Yeah, she killed it, and like everything about that character was great, and also the characters in this story were all very interesting and well thought out. There's an absurd amount of sleazy goodness in this movie too. Like if you're into that type of thing, there must have been like 7 or 8 sex scenes crammed into fucking like 90 minutes, which was pretty impressive. And I really dug the story. It kept me guessing on where it was going to go. But I'm not going to lie, I was expecting like a bigger final act or something grander to happen. I didn't dislike the ending or anything, but I don't know. I think I just wanted something more out of it. And we did get a lot of great gore in this flick, but I was expecting some creature effects. And I think immediately when I heard like this is like a Stuart Gordon tribute film,
it was going to be a Stuart Gordon film actually at one point.
Oh, was it really? Okay.
Yeah.
But like when I hear Stuart Gordon, my mind automatically goes to like, you know, big creature effects and stuff, especially with Lovecraft stuff. And then we didn't get much of that, but we did get some good gore and some good splatter. So, and it was all practical, which was really good. So overall, I like this movie a lot, but I don't think it met my hype or my expectations going in. But I do need to watch it again. I think I probably would like it more on future viewings. Just sometimes I overhype myself, and I mean I do that a lot.
I know you were going in high on this one.
Yeah. But
Expectations or
yeah, but
both.
Yeah, both. But I will say, check this out, especially if you're fans of those like psychosexual horror stories. And I'd also say this would make a pretty solid double feature with Infinity Pool, which also came out this year. More weird sex horror.
Dan, you made me cringe with that line, but I have to co-sign on that. Barbara and Heather can get splattered, his splatter anytime. I do cosign.
I didn't say that
with mine. It was someone
I
named.
thought he even put "ooh" at the end.
No,
Ew.
But
oh, I'm not doing that.
It should have been "ooh." It should have been "ooh."
But
Ew.
as gross as that idea is with Dan included, minus him, yeah, Barbara Crampton and fucking Heather are still fucking like. I don't want to like demean them, but like dime pieces. They're gorgeous. I love them, and seeing them like go back and forth a little bit was fucking cool. I enjoyed this story. I wasn't familiar too much with that particular story. What's it called? Stranger at the Doorstep.
Thing at the doorstep. Thing
at the
on
doorstep.
Yeah.
Thing on the doorstep. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. This kicked ass. Not even that long. Everyone did an outstanding job acting wise. It was tense and it was a little gory. I had a blast with this one. I'm gonna revisit this one pretty soon. And also, it doesn't help. It helps a lot that Roller Girl's boobies.
It's funny going into this one. I was kind of like, no offense, Kruger. When you get overhyped, I'm a little worried because a lot of times I know you hype yourself up, especially when it comes to Lovecraft. But see, for me, this is like makes sense. It was at one point Stuart Gordon because the Lovecraft I love is the Stuart Gordon kind. Also, kind of like the style Full Moon's doing. That's like my bread. That's the kind that like attracts me. And there's just other stuff. There's off stories, and I know you guys are more into that than me, but like this is the what I love, and they delivered. I didn't go in with super high expectations, but I get what you mean about that grand monster as in a Stuart Gordon.
Yeah,
it didn't really jump out at me only because I was thinking this is a smaller film. But then knowing the Stuart Gordon connection that I was unaware of, I get why. Yeah, you kind of want that, But
yeah,
but it was still great. I loved what we got. Yeah, I want more of this Lovecraft tone.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, thing on the doorstep. It's kind of an odd one to adapt because there's really not enough for a feature there, and this one is obviously a modern take on it. If you're a cosmic horror literature fan, don't go in expecting a straight adaptation. I've said this before. Anytime we do these movies with Lovecraft, I kind of take the films separate from the literature because adapting Lovecraft is really hard in general, and I know a lot of film fans kind of tend to enjoy Lovecraft coming from Stuart Gordon's take on Lovecraft. That's just how they see it. And I certainly love Stuart Gordon, so that's all fine and well. Having said that, Thing on the Doorstep's a little different for Lovecraft. Like, it was more attention paid to characters over just the mood. I do recommend you read it. It's like 30 pages, if that. So if you're curious. Having said that, I did not like this movie.
Wow.
I didn't like it at all.
Even with your boobs?
There was like what boobs? This movie plays for like 2 seconds.
Oh my god, you greedy bitch. Go for it.
So ew, fuck off.
I'm not convinced it wasn't a body double, by the way.
Yeah, I think it was.
Don't care.
I'm just saying, I wasn't going to say anything, but
the effects were still practical.
Yes.
That's all I care about.
This movie felt like a soft-core Cinemax flick that doesn't deliver any of that. It's a very horny movie. There's a lot of action. Do you guys know who the lead actor, what he was in? Because that is the kid from The Babysitter. Summer of '84. That's the lead actor, Judah Lewis.
Holy shit! Really?
All grown up.
Good for him. Damn, he got both those bitches.
I was surprised too because Joe Lynch, Knights of Baddistom, I didn't connect with so much as a lot of people, but generally speaking, the guy makes really good movies. I think this was a huge step down for him as a director. There's a couple decent gore moments, but for the most part, this film was just, it felt like it was adapted from a short. It was stretched out a lot. There's just not enough story here.
But wouldn't you say that from, just keep going.
Oh, there's better Lovecraft adaptations. And you know what's even worse? Brian Yuzna produces this. Dennis Paoli is wrote the screenplay. So this has direct roots to Stuart Gordon and all those films that we all here love.
And it feels like, but it does feel exactly what it is, an homage to Stuart Gordon's Lovecraft.
Yeah, I guess it's not a good one. I really did not care for it. It's a softcore film without the actual elements of a softcore film. And other than that, all I got out of this was a couple okay gore scenes, nothing to write home about. I don't get this one at all. I was excited as well because I knew who was behind this. Heather Graham was interesting casting. I thought she did an okay job here. She's no stranger to nude scenes if you look at her filmography. So I'm not sure. It just felt like
every time you see the same boobs. What kind of man are you?
It felt like an R-rated cut that you get it like a Blockbuster of a softcore film. That's what this felt like. It was the R-rated version, and they just cut everything out. I don't know. There's not much to it. I was actually really surprised. This one is not.
I'm pretty surprised. I thought you were gonna love it.
I did not.
I could see it on this one.
Yeah, there's not enough story there, and I'm not shitting on it.
But the problem with the not enough story there, the not enough story goes back to the source material, though, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, it's a short. Like they tried to stretch a short out to feature length. It might have been okay as a short film.
I mean, they did the same thing for Reanimator.
Sure, well, Reanimator's a great movie, though.
No, I'm saying, but I mean, so even if there's not enough story, they just didn't deliver enough for you. I mean, what?
Yeah, they didn't add enough to make a compelling.
That's all right.
90-minute feature or whatever it was.
The story's only part of the movie, but okay.
There's not enough good. Like I don't know. Like it's not like it was wall to wall like awesome gore or wall to wall erotic content. It's kind of it's not a throwaway movie, but it's damn close to just being a throwaway movie for me. The mood's not there, the look's not there either. It is a much lower budget that they're dealing with here versus obviously some of the previous films. It's no From Beyond. I think we would all agree with that. Yeah, I don't know. It's like it really is kind of like a softcore storyline with these couples swapping. It's very kinky, but there's no edge to it. I don't know. Chris loved it in the chat. I haven't watched your review Beyond the Void. I don't know what you thought.
He liked it.
But man, okay. See, I didn't. I don't know. I'm surprised.
I was going to ask if someone else thought, but never mind.
Yeah, and Crampton too. God damn it! Like, just go for it if you're making this kind of movie.
Fucking period or something, because that's weird, dude.
Yeah,
this one's like almost spoon fed for you. Hey, maybe you weren't in the right mood. It didn't get you right. I'm not gonna like judge you for it, but I'm judging you for it.
It just made me like sad. I just wanted
because like he's getting mad at a movie that like. It gives what every other movie he's like gets mad at. Well, they will just showed a titty or two, and like
they didn't.
They totally did, dude.
Yes, there was nudity, dude.
A side nipple from a body double does not count, Pugs.
There was more than just that.
There was.
I guess we get Jonathan's sketches.
All right, so
manly
it's dance time of the month. So
yes, it is.
Boy Georgia at it again.
I'm on the rag, and I hated this movie.
Wow, damn,
you heard it.
That's very sexist of you.
No, it's not.
Or progressive if he's identifying as.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Dan. I did not mean to say anything about your menstruation.
Yeah, Todd.
Menzies.
Get woke. All right, so
let's rate this bitch.
Yeah, let's rate it. Oh yeah, come on, guys. We're not on the post show yet. Be good.
Yeah, I'm trying to be good. You guys make it hard. You bring
it's gonna get worse.
What is your rating, sir?
I am a 3.5 out of 5.
Excellent. I am a 4 out of 5. I liked it a lot.
Dan?
I am a 1 out of 5. I didn't like it. I didn't. There's
I'm a
nothing
3
there.
out of 5. No, it's
Slasher home video. Dan proving he wasn't paying attention. Oh, Ben Grimm, more period talk, please. Barbara Crampton.
That was funny, Bugs. That made me smile.
Thank you, Dan. I'm glad you
More than this stupid fucking movie.
Speaking of stupid fucking movies, what do we have next, Dan?
Old school 90s.
God, hopefully it's not a screener. I just fucked up.
No, well, our next film, which I know we've been looking forward to for a while, is Quantum Devil. I won't spoil it.
I want dibs first on that one.
Absolutely, that works. And so Quantum Devil is from director Larry Wade Carrell, who is old school. In fact, I remember reviewing his film Jacob. I don't know if anybody remembers that with Michael Biehn.
The little boy?
Yeah, I don't remember a lot. His wife was in it too. Michael Biehn and his wife.
It was
Jennifer.
about a young kid being a little asshole, right?
I believe so. It's been a minute.
That movie's fucking awesome. That's the one.
Yeah. And I have some backstory on it before I tag you in, Kruger, because there's actually, I didn't realize going into this that this is a quadrilogy of films. But
yeah.
So an international team of scientists are summoned to a remote location in Eastern Europe in an attempt to breach the quantum barrier and travel to another dimension. So this is a part of 4 films that Larry Wade Carrell is working on. The first one is called Girl Next. Now, I don't think there's like any direct like connections that you have to watch Girl Next or anything. It's just the impression I get is it's just a shared universe. He has one coming out called Never Ever After, and then Dragon Island, and then Girl Next 2. So there's a lot in this world at some point to check out.
I need to catch up. Shit.
And I've got a lot to say about this.
We reviewed Girl Next.
We did.
Was I on the show?
Yeah.
On that episode?
Yeah, it was the one. It was the sex trafficking one with the like he would like drug them up with DMT and turn them into sex slaves to people and sell them off.
I think I do remember this.
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
Kruger, hot tag.
Yeah. So first off, I've been very, very excited for this movie for a while. Due to Mehmet from Baskin, I can't say his last name. I have no idea how to pronounce it, but Mehmet from Baskin in another Lovecraft horror movie, I was all fucking in as soon as I saw the trailer for this. Even though it looked pretty low budget, I was really interested to see where this was going to go. And right away, I was pulled into this movie with just the atmosphere it builds in the first 10 minutes. It just is oozing Lovecraft. And I think as a whole, for me personally, I thought this was kind of like a love letter to those Stuart Gordon type adaptations of Lovecraft, especially with some of the effects and stuff. But I'll get to that in a bit. All the characters I thought were really, really interesting. And I loved all their different backstories and how it kind of intertwined into why they were chosen to be a part of this experiment. Mehmet from Baskin, like I said, I love him in that movie, and I love him in this movie. He was definitely my favorite part. You can just tell dude was probably having a blast, and it was just nice to see him have a role that was a little less serious, and he could be a little more like over the top and goofy. Never in a million years did I think I was going to see him doing lines and getting blowjobs. I am so fucking glad I did. That shit was so awesome. And just, man, he's a treasure and just such a presence on screen. Anytime he's on screen, it's just like, he really, really gets your attention. I mean, obviously because of the way he looks, but I mean, man, he's a hell of an actor too. So hats off to him.
He's like the Ralphus in this movie.
Yeah, very much so.
Bloodsucking Freaks remake with Mehmet. Turkish.
Dude, I'm so in.
Yeah, Turkish Bloodsucking Freaks with Mehmet would be awesome.
And the story, I think, it starts off a little slow, but it escalates beautifully into just total batshit insanity. The final act was extremely satisfying, and the Entity we got at the end, voiced by Robert Englund, was just the fucking perfect cherry on top. Now, I will say there is some CGI that doesn't look the best, but I think it's well balanced out with a lot of practical gore that I thought was super solid, especially for a low budget flick. Would I have liked everything to be practical? Of course, but honestly,
it couldn't be.
It couldn't be with the budget, and this is so ambitious that I'm just glad that they went the way they did. And yeah, as a whole, man, this was just a real fucking treat for me. And I think it will be a treat for any other Lovecraft fans out there, especially if you're fans of those Stuart Gordon films.
Fucking nice. And I hate to feed into your fire there, Dan, but this did feel more like a Stuart Gordon film than the last one. So
yes,
I understand, asshole. That is a high compliment. This movie's fun. I lost my train of thought. Shit. I liked everyone in it. Those things on their backs.
Oh,
gross. Yeah, but I was like, what is going to happen here?
Yeah, similar to the what the hell was the gland in the Beyond or From Beyond?
I just saw 4 holes.
The penile gland. It looks similar.
There would have been some penile.
Yeah, but everyone's character's motivation was compelling as hell, and the old guy, that guy was awesome. Real asshole when he needed to be, really fucking cool when the other time. Mamet kicked ass, of course. Very interesting dude. Yeah, this came together pretty cool, and then the cherry on top was the thing at the end that I don't want to give away, but that's cool as shit, and please come back. Do more of this shit. It's rocked. Dan?
Chad.
Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. So I fucking love this movie. I really, really love it.
Real quick, Dan, what order did you watch these in? Did you watch this one first? Or watch Suitable Flesh first?
I think I watched Suitable Flesh first.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure. So tackling Lovecraft, and this isn't a specific adaptation or anything, but tackling Lovecraft on a budget, and this is certainly a more ambitious film than Suitable Flesh, is tough to pull off. You could maybe say that some of the CG doesn't match the filmmaker's imagination, but holy shit, I just thought this was a blast. I mean, it is a wild, wild film. I'll get some of the negative out of the way first, because I don't really have a lot negative to say about it. You can tell a lot of the actors' English is not their first language, and I could see that maybe being a complaint. There's some bits at the beginning where you might have a little trouble understanding what they're trying to say, but it does not matter that much at all. You just do not get this type of film very often at all. This is much more, if you're expecting, a From Beyond type story, this delivers, I think, fantastic. I think shooting it in Serbia, I believe it was, added a lot to it as well.
That castle, man, fucking what a setting.
The general look. Now, I don't know, Todd might be the only one that might have caught this, but Dr. Richard Cernovic, one of our lead characters in here, that's Neil Dixon from one of my all-time favorite 90s shows, She-Wolf of London. He was the lead in that with Kate Hodge from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Yeah, he is really great here as the mad scientist character. This is just an homage to like everything that I love. There's some, weird Lovecraftian cosmic horror. It's got some Ken Russell, Altered States vibes going on in it as well. There's some stuff that's not explained. I mean, we have these sea lion henchmen. I don't know what's going on there, but it's fucking cool.
Yeah, that caught me off guard.
Yeah, I was like, am I tripping?
There is some really disturbing imagery. on hand. I had no issues with the CGI because, again, it's like, okay, if we're having, I don't want to spoil some of the gags, but if we're having like some of these giant beasts and some of this multi-dimensional stuff, it's like, well, yeah, obviously that has to be CG. I didn't really have an issue with that at all. It's also got kind of an Island of Dr. Moreau sort of vibe to it as well that I could see them maybe expanding as well. And man, I hope people actually get to see this. I feel like this director, what he can do here on what, again, I don't think was like some huge budget. I wish that they would kind of in the promotion push Robert Englund a little bit more, because I don't think he's even listed in the official cast. I don't know what's going on. He is
on Letterboxd, but
yeah,
it's probably a non-SAG credit. He's probably not.
His name does pop up at the end. I haven't seen it in the opening credits.
Then I'm glad they're not, because that's a nice surprise when you're watching it.
Yeah.
I don't. That might make someone watch it, but probably better. And
this one is also very, very, very horny Lovecraft material, and this delivers. It doesn't just give us side boob from a body double. This gives us the full Monty, and I appreciate
Heather
it.
Graham, I love you. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, I don't. And Dan, you're committing to this body double. I am not committed. I said a possible.
I'm gonna call body double, and we'll see if we can confirm it.
Well, if they answer, then you can confirm it.
Message Joe Lynch on Twitter.
There you go.
After that review, I don't know.
Hey, Joe.
There's some really creative effects, some creature work. Again, I guess if anybody has any major issues, it's going to be the non-English speaking actors sometimes trying to deliver some of that dialogue. It added to the weird vibe to it, though. I really didn't mind it that much. This one kind of took me on a trip to another world, and I really appreciated it. We don't get this type of stuff enough in indie horror films. Having said that, this gets my highest recommendation. Sorry, Todd, go ahead.
This feels closer to like Castle Freak era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I mean, like a little Dagon-esque too.
The lower budget of that like post 80s wave, where it's a little, and it's a little like the Dagon, that little foreign like off, because you're having, actors trying to speak English, and it does throw it off. So it feels like that era, and like the other to me feels like the earlier era. So I did.
Maybe even recent, like some of the recent Lovecraft stuff, although this has higher production values.
Yeah, and I haven't really liked those. A lot of the more recent stuff, if you go back and look, my ratings aren't nowhere near you guys. This one I'll probably be lower too, but I did really like this one in the way I actually like both. Like, it's not often I like both. Well, we don't normally have two Lovecrafts in a week, but
yeah, no, it was a treat for the
But yeah, both of them on this week I did enjoy a lot. So
yeah, this one shocked me because like my expectations were pretty low, just because I looking at the trailer, it didn't look like it was going to get as crazy as it did. But man, it fucking delivered, and I'm excited to see where the rest of the series is going to go, because I did like Girl Next, so 2 for 2 so far.
I think I actually preferred Girl Next if I'm, but I mean subject matters.
Yeah, makes sense, Todd.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, why don't we rate this one then?
Let's rate it.
I'm tossed up between a 4 and a 4.5. I'm gonna stick with the 4, but I've already kind of want to rewatch this tonight, so I may do that when we go off air, and that may get raised up. But as of right now, 4 out of 5. But there's no way this isn't going to end up on my top 10 at the end of the year. So that it gets my high recommendation.
Fuck yeah. Wait, Dan?
Oh, okay. So this one, I mean, mad scientists, Lovecraftian beasts, beautiful Eastern European ladies running around. This movie is just fun. This movie is just a fucking blast. I loved it. Little things, you know, some of the acting and all that, as I said, but it's not perfect, but fuck, did I really enjoy this movie a lot. It's the one to watch over Suitable Flesh. I give it 4 stars.
Dan doesn't know how to like put something up without shitting on something else. Sorry, guys.
Well, I had to shit on it. You made me do it.
It was unnecessary. Well, I'm not a fuckhead, so I'm gonna give this one a 4.5 out of 5. I really liked it.
Awesome.
I'm a 3 out of 5.
Okay. There you go. Check
I'm
it
not even
out.
going to justify it. I'd say 3 out of 5. Fuck you, Dan.
No, I meant to say with our first review, I know Suitable Flesh is going to be debuting on Shudder.
Yes.
Quantum Devil is on VOD right now. So,
and we should say the other one is also on VOD right now too. Suitable
yes,
Flesh.
Yes. So that is how you can check those out. Moving on next. So, are you guys ready? Our first Christmas horror of the season.
Did we have one last month though?
No,
I'm pretty sure we had a Christmas something last month. Am I crazy?
I don't remember doing any new Christmas horror.
All right,
this
I
year
thought we
yet.
did. I thought we got something in October.
Yeah. Well, I know we've got some on the horizon. It's a Wonderful Knife.
Yeah, that's next week, right?
Yes.
Is that what you're thinking of?
Could be because I did see it before. But no,
Yeah.
well, yeah, you know, you're probably right. I think that's the first Christmas movie I watched of the season, so I'm probably getting mixed up.
You guys in the chat, if you know, let us know if we reviewed any Christmas horror that we
already
forgot.
watched. Well, we do have Thanksgiving horror coming up in 2 weeks.
Stoked.
There
Me
you go.
too, dude. You have no fucking idea. And I have Godzilla like a fucking week after that. I'm gonna be losing my mind.
We should just announce now. We will not be on Wednesday on the 29th. We'll probably be on the 28th. It will be a Tuesday show again.
You know what? I feel like Godzilla -1. I don't want to get too hyped, but that feels like that's going to be like top 5.
Real quick, Todd, there's a Korean theater that has the 3 walls. You and I are gonna go. So
You motherfuckers.
I just discovered this. He knew about this apparently. So he's like, it's gonna play there. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
You motherfuckers.
I wonder if it's going to play the one right by me too.
You know,
Is it
it
on
could
the
be the
side?
same one because you guys live near each other. So
Oh,
I don't know.
Did he say the 4DX one?
He just says Korean theater. They show all kinds of Korean movies.
Yeah, I bet it's that one. The
That's
one
probably
right there.
that one then.
Yeah.
Then I'll meet you see you there.
Well, yeah, I'll definitely go to that one. I wonder if it's in the 4DX. I say that every time that I sit in those chairs and I hate them.
Oh, really? Cliff Booth, didn't you guys review Krampus versus Veruza recently?
He would be distracted by her beauty and she would cut his throat. It'd be a short film, be over in 2 minutes.
Tripping.
Thank you very much. All right. Let's talk Christmas and werewolves with Werewolf Santa from writer-director Errol Anthony Hales. And in this film, Santa turns into a werewolf on Christmas Eve and wreaks havoc on a small seaside town. Lucy has a show called Monster Hunters on YouTube, but it's not doing too great with just a few viewers following her. That is until Christmas Eve, her camera witnesses Santa get bitten by a werewolf in the local park before turning into a werewolf himself. Lucy and her family then set off on a Christmas Eve adventure to somehow save Christmas, armed with just a rusty ice skate and a vague understanding of how werewolves operate. All right. So, Werewolf Santa, I'll go first on this one. One thing that's kind of cool about it off the bat is Joe Bob Briggs does the Night Before Christmas style narration for the story, which I thought was really cool. Been seeing him pop up more often, of course, Scare Package, and been seeing Joe Bob.
He has a movie coming out called Cryptids at some point. There's like an Indiegogo about it, and it's supposed to be like an anthology, and he's like the radio host, and people are calling in talking about their stories with cryptids.
There's a video on, I think maybe it's Darcy's YouTube where they're visiting like the Legend of Boggy Creek
Mhm.
locations. It's pretty cool. So really cool premise. I like the idea of a werewolf Santa. I kind of wish that we had more action with the werewolf Santa. Most of this we're just kind of following these monster hunters, which is fine. In fact, I think one of the more underrated Scream Queens, Emily Booth, is in here. She plays Carol. If you don't know that name, you've certainly seen her in a lot of stuff. She's kind of a fixture in our genre. I know she's a horror hostess for the Horror Channel. She's been in Cradle of Fear, which is the Cradle of Filth anthology horror movie. Evil Alien. She was in the Don't trailer for the Grindhouse movie. Doghouse, Inbred, all sorts of stuff.
I know she was also in Terror Tunes 4. I know she was at the premiere.
Yes, yeah. Terror Tunes 4. I'm a big fan of hers, and I want to throw that name out because you've all seen her in stuff. It's just she's not that household name, and I feel she is one of our better Scream Queens out there. Deserves to be recognized for sure, because she's really, really good. The cast is really likable.
You just like her because she was in
Sacred Flesh. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, there we go. That would
lots of stuff. But Evil Aliens is a blast. She's really good. She just doesn't get her due. I don't know why her name, because she's been doing it for like well over 20 years.
I wonder if it's just because there's not like bigger name, like of like a lot of her stuff don't hit that like really like culty stuff. There's stuff in there that she has a ton of good stuff, but none that like have a super cult following that are like gonna champion her like a lot of the other ones. That's the only and I think that's the reason she hasn't got that recognition she does deserve.
Yeah, no, I agree. Doghouse and Inbred, those are fun if you want to check those out. Evil Aliens, of course, is a blast. I really enjoyed the cast. I thought everybody it's kind of got that dry British humor to it that may or may not appeal to everybody. I felt at times, again, it's a werewolf Santa film. It doesn't go too crazy as you'd expect with that premise. It's definitely not a meme movie or anything like that. It made me laugh. I never really laughed out loud, and I could have used some more of the werewolf Santa if I'm being honest.
This is one that it benefits from having someone to watch with and a few people to watch with. Those silent laughs might turn into laugh out louds.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought the funniest moment was when they come across these doggers, which is just public sex and just public parks.
Dan said not enough. Said not enough nudity.
Totally not authentic.
Just side boob from a distance. There was no nudity in this film.
That's okay. I don't expect it from Werewolf Santa Pictures, Dad. But that one I thought was really funny, and of course, Werewolf Santa crashes the dogging party. I like that the mom, like, they recognized her. It's like, come on in. That was the funniest part. There just wasn't I like this one. The charm's there. I kind of wish it had maybe a little bit more laugh out loud moments, but overall, I had a really good time with it. It just, a little bit more of the Werewolf Santa, I think, for me. What did you guys think?
Also should look a little more like a werewolf, but go ahead.
Yeah. This movie, I can see people like seeing a charm to it, but for me, humor didn't work. I mean, this goes for laughs over scares, and I wasn't laughing at all. So that wasn't too great. The characters I actually didn't mind. Like I would have been okay spending time with them, but then you have this werewolf that doesn't look like a werewolf, and just I thought was pretty shitty looking. And not a lot of action with him either. The scenes were just kind of like, So, like, as a whole, I didn't really have a great time with this movie, but I can see maybe some people finding it funny, but just wasn't my bag.
Needed Bill Goldberg is what it needed.
I mean, Bill Goldberg taking on Santa would have been great.
I'm team Werewolf Santa on that one because I really enjoyed this movie. I wish I liked the way Santa looked because it didn't look like a werewolf to me, but like it's like Shaun of the Dead characters told through Cloverfield during Christmas and a bunch of snow. I really liked it. I just wish if I loved the way the werewolf looked, my rating would be through the fucking roof because I enjoyed these guys. My favorite character is the nerdy friend. Like he was just ready to go. He a real friend. This is what we got to do. Let me get my jacket. I love that. That was fucking cool. I like spending time with the main chick. The mom's funny. That whole family dynamic is very enjoyable. And then you can see where it's going, but it didn't take away from my enjoyment. So I really enjoyed this. I just wish the werewolf looked like a fucking werewolf.
Yeah.
Todd.
Fair enough. I did enjoy it also. The look of the werewolf didn't bother me. I get the complaint. I mean, working in low budget.
Call it something else.
Yeah, I get where you're going with, but the cost, it is what it is. It's still a fun ride. Like you said, the characters. I kind of figured you weren't going to go in on this one, Kruger. But overall, I think if you're a fan of just, I don't want to say low budget, because I mean, just fun. How do I say this one on this one? Because it's definitely a low budget film, but it's still, it's not micro budget. Well, maybe.
I'm totally going to show this to Evil Ed. I think he'll like it. So I will spread the word because it is enjoyable. Just fucking wolf. Fuck.
But yeah, I mean, besides that, I think it's a fun time. I think it's worth checking out. Well, three of us think so.
Yeah, no, I think you could do a lot worse. It's certainly above the quality of your typical like Tubi original Christmas horror movie.
I don't want to name check one from last year. There was one last year. Whoa.
Yeah, we had a couple rough ones last year. Yet it still feels like Christmas, though. That's the thing with those. Like it's like I'll take some Christmas.
I enjoyed her shitting on Christmas. I'm like, yeah, you tell me.
Yeah. And I think between that and then like the doggers, like it just made for a fun time.
Although a dogging slasher, like just a slasher that attacks those sexual events, we need that. Hey. Someone make that.
Catherine Roden, who plays Lucy, like very bitchy character, but likable at the same time. I did enjoy the cast quite a bit. It's like, I think if it betrays horror fans on anything, it'll be more the werewolf portion of it, which sounds weird. It's just, I had a lot of fun following these people. It's just the werewolf stuff minus the dogging scene was a little underwhelming.
If they do a spin-off where they show her YouTube show, I would actually watch that shit.
Yeah. So all right, let's rate it. I'll go first. I'm a 3. I still think it was above average, and it's one you may want to pop on for the Christmas season for sure. You could do a lot worse. Go back last year and you'll find. What say you guys?
Kruger?
I'm a 1.5 out of 5.
All right. Okay. I'm a 3.5 out of 5. It would have been a 4 if I liked the wolf look. So it's really good.
Cool.
Todd?
I'm a 3.5 out of 5 also.
Sweet. Cool. Yeah.
The Christmas lights in the cars was a plus during the dogging scene.
We were talking werewolves in the chat, and did anybody ever see Howl?
Hey Dan,
that was kind of a letdown.
I liked Howl actually.
Yeah.
Hey Dan, could you rate it? You're kind of like skipping over.
I did.
What'd you rate it?
You fucked up like 3 times tonight. I gave it a 3, Tad. 3. There you go. Yeah. Cut to the clip. I am absolutely riveting. You should be following every word.
I need to add sound to that goddamn click. Otherwise, it
should like just be a fart noise. Just
can we just add the Larry David music?
Okay.
Oh,
So
that's gonna be a total. Oh, we're making that go.
since it came up in the
Sorry,
chat,
there go your bookings.
Killing Tree. It delivers exactly what you
Fuck
would
Killing
expect
Tree.
from.
I like Killing Tree.
I
Fuck
thought it
Killing
was fun. You got a kaiju Christmas tree ripping people.
Dude,
apart.
we
yeah,
did
for
not
one
get
fucking
kaiju.
scene.
And he wasn't a kaiju. He was just really, really tall.
I mean, he got. I'm not saying it's not technically a great movie, but I don't know. Killing Tree was fun. It
No,
was fun.
no. I'm
Five
with
stars.
Slasher. I'm with Slasher Home Video.
No, I liked it.
I don't
I
remember what
hope
I
we
gave
get-
it. I know I didn't love it, but I thought it,
I hope we
don't
get a
remember.
sequel this year.
Fuck no.
You probably will. I feel like you probably will. As far as werewolf movies, though, side thing, the Paul Naschy, Waldemar Daninsky films. If you have not gone through those,
Oh.
yeah, I mean, of course, American Werewolf in London, all that stuff you already know about, but the Paul Naschy, Waldemar Daninsky films are amazing. So, just throwing it out there. All right, so moving on to our main event of the our movie main event of the evening, and this one I'm really curious to talk about. Todd's not even he's not even teasing his opinion on this one. So
Inspired by a true story, and I got some little tidbits to add at the end. Go for it, Dan.
I do as well, actually.
Okay, maybe you'll cover it then.
But all right, so based on the terrifying true story, I didn't even say what the fuck the movie was about. I'm so off. You can hit it on me, Todd. All right, so Pig Killer from writer-director Chad Ferrin, who tends to be a favorite at this channel. OG Trauma alumni, goes way back. Todd is muted once again.
God damn it!
I think he's doing a Sabu and botching on purpose. Just
What was I supposed to say? You just threw me off. I don't even know.
OG Chad Ferrin. I
Oh,
don't know
yes.
what you were saying.
I
mean,
was gonna say yes, unspeakable. This kind of feels like
Yeah.
a spiritual. No, we'll get into it.
We'll get into it. All right. So, Pig Killer is the movie based on a terrifying true story of Robert Willy Pickton, the pig farmer, come prolific lady killer whose horrific crimes shocked the world. Pig Killer graphically depicts Pickton's felonious farmhouse of assault, torture, slaughter, and dismemberment of almost 50 women with his Herculean hog Balthazar by his side. Willie and his menagerie of colorful cohorts terrorized Vancouver's downtown east side for almost 2 decades until his 2002 arrest. And what was uncovered was the most bizarre series of murders Canada has ever seen. So,
Pinky Palace.
Real quick, so my next dog has to be Balthazar now, right?
Oh, yeah.
before we get into the movie, as Pugs was aware, kind of a rarity. We've got the Ken and Barbie killers, of course, probably arguably the most famous out of Canada. And that's a hell of a true crime case to dive into. But Robert Pickton, the pig farmer, as he was called, was quite notorious. I mean, 49 women. I will say, without giving this away, there is an end credit scene, and that the actual footage is on YouTube. You can watch it, which is really interesting.
Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. I hear serial killers in Canada are super nice. Eh?
Sorry for killing you, eh?
Don't mind the pig.
Sorry. We need Jim
Now
Carrey.
Dan's gonna
to
get
do it.
canceled for Canadian stereotypes now.
I said they're
Pug used the hate word.
I give him a heart, eh?
Imagine a Jim Carrey slasher.
I can see that happening in real life, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Seriously. Yeah.
Allegedly.
So all right, so Pig Killer. I've got a lot to say, but I'm sure you all are chomping at the bits. So go for it.
Go for it, Kruger.
Sure. Well, this one was a fucking trip. First thing I'll say, Son of Busey did a great job. Fucking played the perfect awkward sadistic pervert. And man, this movie's like tone is definitely like completely over the top. You'll know right away if this is something you're going to want to watch or not. I mean, I think within the first 10 minutes we get the pound my mud hole piggy scene. And, I'm
going to be quoting a lot of shit.
That will be that.
You guys may need to save some of it for the post show. I'm just telling you now.
That scene alone will fucking let you know if you want to continue with this movie or not. But if you do, I mean, it gets even more sick and depraved. And I mean, I had a really good time with it. I mean, lots of practical gore. We got this really fucked up scene involving a syringe to the eyeball during a struggle snuggle. Oh, really fucked up. As a whole, I really like the movie a lot. My only issue is I don't know. I still wanted more out of the ending, and like I don't know. I guess I was expecting something a little bit bigger when that
it doesn't have
that party.
It doesn't have a theatrical ending, and I think that lies in the based on a true story.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And I'd rather they do that than do what they've done with every fucking Richard Ramirez movie when they have the perfect cinematic ending and go small. I never understood that.
I don't understand that either. Richard Ramirez, that the true life ending is so good.
Yeah. Bunch of East Los anyway. Not about
like a whole town beating the shit out of him through the streets.
I just picture in my head in front of the UEW arena right now. It was East Los, so I'm just picturing it was right there.
We need to make the movie, have homeless Jimmy just hit him with the shopping cart.
But yeah, I mean, I liked it, and I'll say for you extreme horror fans, maybe one to check out. But again, you have to be a certain type of sick to enjoy a movie like this, but I'm pretty sure all of us are.
Fucking A. Beyond the Void horror podcast. Wait, is Pig Farmer based on a guy who grounded up people in the meat grinder?
I'm trying to remember how he killed people exactly, but yeah, there's a few killers like that, but
Ben Grimm, didn't that how age?
Sorry,
start over.
Well, they should say 84
in with Ramirez 84. Okay,
I don't remember. Did it have that? Did they finally deliver that ending? I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
No,
I think that would have stuck out if it did.
But... Yeah, because we've always complained about that.
Yeah.
But they might have.
Well, this story, although it ventures off a little bit from the actual case, I fucking loved it. Busey, what did you call him? Son of Busey?
Son of Busey is his new name.
That dude killed it, and the brother did as well. Lou Temple, that guy rocks. Yeah. They did hit home on the gun with the silencer. That was hilarious. They told this story in a very hilarious way, so I'm happy about that. But they didn't hold back on the aftermath gore and some real time gore too. Let me give you a little tidbit.
Dan Pugs, you can save the name of your favorite character to the post show, please.
There's a story going beyond that, because I don't remember him being an actual character in the real story. I think he's a group of people, because for some reason Willie had a bunch of friends, although he was a fucking millionaire, so it's not hard to buy friends if you're paying the rent and shit. Anyway, violent when it needs to be, funny when it needs to be. It's just awkward, funny. I fucking love this story. I can't wait to watch this again. And he may be the reason that Michael J. Fox has Parkinson's, because some of that food went to the catering company that did the TV show Family Ties. So there is a link there. It's not 100% confirmed, but that is a theory out there.
My God.
You get the shakes when
Yeah,
you
no, it's called Kuru.
Yeah. So that might have triggered his Parkinson's. And also at Piggy Palace.
Wait. Marty McFly's a goddamn cannibal. This we need part 4 immediately.
The whole show.
Marty
and
goes
also
back in time just to fucking start eating.
It's a fucking reboot of Back to the Future.
And every time
He's a Wendigo. He turns into a Wendigo in the new movie.
Every time he eats when he starts shaking a little less.
And also at the Piggy Palace, Nickelback played there. Can you believe that shit? So yeah, I like this movie. You should need it. It's a must see. This is definitely making my top 10. I guarantee it.
Also, you know what it kind of reminded me of, and it would make a good double with it. Remember Feed Me from last year?
Fuck yeah.
Good cannibal double, yeah.
Great double, absolutely. Todd, do you want to go or you want me to go?
Shockingly, I wasn't a fan. Yeah, I can't even kill it.
Shut the fuck up.
I tried. It was hard even to say that. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised Dan hasn't complained about the amount of dick he normally does. You gotta go.
Dude, that one dude's dick. What the fuck?
I'm just gonna say right now.
It in the movie.
The pig bit a portion of it, or he doesn't bite it off.
No
It's
spoilers,
kinda
man.
Yeah. I want to know if this made
No
Dan
dick
look hard and strong at himself after the scene with Ginger Lynn. Dan got an awkward
I got a lot to say. I'm holding my tongue.
Well, go ahead. I'll throw out if there's anything. But yeah, I fucking love
right.
it, obviously. I mean,
So,
I love Chad Ferrin already. So, I mean, yeah.
You
Chad
know,
Ferrin, come on the show.
yeah, that would be fun. So a movie's going to be good when it opens up with pigs eating severed titties and nachos is what it looked like. So I was like, okay, well, this is a flesh wound features kind of film.
Maybe crave some
and it's so quotable. Beiling plays a hooker, and when she goes up to like Jake Busey's car and just goes, "Hello, hot sausage," I was like, okay, this is this the vibe. I know the director. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking love this movie.
Oh yeah.
It is very much a dark comedy. Certainly not
for fucked up people.
Not not for fucked up people. It doesn't skimp on the gore, but dark comedy is kind of what I would go in with. It would have. Can you imagine if they had gotten Gary Busey to actually play his dad in this?
Oh my God, that would have been the cherry on top.
So I'm going to correct you. I think it might have. I don't know who if it was you, Kruger, but the exact line from Ginger Lynn is "Stick that little piggy inside my mud hole," and it was glorious. I was laughing.
Wasn't that
so
his
hard.
mom?
Yes,
that was.
That's
his
what I said.
There's some there's some weird goings on.
In real life, she covered up a hit and run that him or their brother committed. Right or die, mom.
Not Ginger Lynn, the actual mom. Just to clarify.
Well, either way, whoever.
It's so cool. I mean, Unspeakable now is over 20 years old, but this movie is almost just as disgusting, and I mean it in the best possible way.
Yeah. It feels like I was going to say earlier. It feels like a spiritual, not necessarily sequel, but it feels like
you can feel slasher.
You can feel the Unspeakable running through, but with like a budget and a cast.
But yeah, better production value, great cast. This could legit be a cult classic in the future for the right people. I laugh.
I mean, Henry of a new Henry for a new generation. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't know about that, but
that's a Bugs quote, Chad. You could use
Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer for a new generation.
There you go. I laughed my ass off. It might be the best Jake Busey starring role that I've ever seen.
But that was a starring role
because
that's the only other one I put on like those. These are his two movies.
Okay,
Tomcats is very good as well. It's gross. It's nasty. It is just taking you into this world of these just vile like Canadian like rednecks from hell. It almost feels like a Canadian Devil's Rejects directed by John Waters. I don't know. It has a lot.
That's a little much.
Yeah, it has
There's
a lot
another
of
box quote.
it has a lot of weird shit going on. It's not going to be for everybody. Don't sit and watch this one with the wife and kids. It that will be an awkward night. But yeah. I gotta quote one more, and because we are just a degenerate podcast, and I picture it in a Canadian accent, but just the way the guy delivers the line,
You got to do it in the Canadian accent, Dan. Come on.
Don't you know she'll even let you put it in her pooper?
It was better with the accent. I'm just letting you know.
Maybe a little more Midwest there, but
You're still gonna get canceled for it. But at least it was better.
Fargo E. That's all right.
we were canceled 5 minutes into this one, so it's okay.
I still haven't mentioned the friend's name. We're doing all right.
There's some
Post show.
shit post show for sure.
Because that line he delivers at the end, effing. I've said that a few times.
This movie was made for us. I absolutely adore this film. But again, like, more dark comedy. But
For fucked up people. Yeah, because I think the normal people, Dan, this is just going to be dark.
Yeah. I don't go in expecting Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer exactly.
Well, that's kind of a dark comedy now, too.
Yeah. Tom Tolles could have delivered the
fuck the Bears,
right? Damn it! I got like 10 movies to watch now. When we're done,
I'm down to watch Henry. I can watch that every day.
I want to watch both now, 1 and 2. 2's underrated.
Yeah, two's not bad.
I wasn't a big fan, but
that's a tough one to do a sequel to. Like, that one was kind of damned no matter what. But I'm like, there is
a long time to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, the original Henry's like top 20
it's perfect
of all time for me.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Chasten hates that movie.
I don't know.
He tried to explain to me. I'm like, you don't make any fucking sense right now.
It's like when you talk about Return of the Living Dead to Chris, it doesn't compute.
Jason also hates Michael Myers. So
yeah, this is true. But he loves.
I haven't had that conversation.
Yeah, he said that. He said he one night we were drunk and he came up to me. He's like, I think I was wearing a Friday the 13th shirt, and he was like, I like Jason. Fuck Michael. He's a creep. He chasing after little girls.
Jason feels like the type of person that would exist in this universe of this movie.
Oh, absolutely, dude. He would show up to the rave, not pay to get in, just walking, with his tall boy.
I brought beer. Come on in.
Case of Country Club 40s.
So, guys, I should also say you
We
can
rate
buy.
this one too.
Oh yeah, you can get the Blu-ray through. It's a sub label.
I think it's ETA.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't too sure. I should have checked.
I'm not 100%, but yeah, it is a Vinegar Syndrome partner label.
You can pick it up through Vinegar Syndrome now, and if you are degenerate lowlifes like us, I think you're going to have a really good time with it.
Yeah, mine is ordered.
I did.
Shocker.
It was, I think I was like 5 minutes in, and I'm like, okay, I might as well just go ahead and order it.
And if you want it, they're down to 600 slipcovers. I mean, they also have it without, but just for those who care about such things.
It may go pretty quick once the Black Friday sale.
Oh, yeah, 600 is not going to, once that Black Friday hits, those are going to drop. I may keep an eye on
safe up till then, but yeah, I'd keep an eye on it.
That doesn't matter. I get it half off now anyway. Why am I waiting?
Is it also on VOD?
Yeah, there you go.
Right now?
VOD? Yes. It is on VOD.
Yeah, so you have multiple options. All right. Go ahead. Who wants to rate
Cardboard
it first?
Enthusiasts, yes. Oh, and it's from Dark Star. I'm sorry. Dark Star Entertainment.
I should have had that in my notes. My bad.
That's all right.
Kruger, go first.
Kruger.
I am a 3.5 out of 5 with possibly some room to grow.
Right on. I am a 5 out of 5. I fucking loved it.
Damn.
5 out of 5.
I mean, there was no doubt I was going to give it a 5. As soon as leaned over
everybody.
like ordering it right now.
It's not going to be everybody, but my sides kind of hurt after I got done watching this. So, yeah.
It was
right.
It's a good time.
That is Pig Killer. And we do have Chucky season 3, the last Chucky season 3 episode until 2024. I don't know what the
mid-season finale.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a planned mid-season or if that's a forced one.
It was because of the strike.
Right. It is.
I mentioned that a couple times here, Dan.
Yeah, okay.
But it is the perfect ending for because
man, good finale. Shit.
Yeah. Well, hot tag Dress to Kill is the episode. What did you guys think? And we're doing spoilers, just to remind you.
Yeah, of course.
So the gimmick up because this definitely will be a spoiler heavy one because we're doing the thing here. I'm going to do the warning. Do you want to do a wrap before, Dan, or do you just go to it?
Well, I will remind you guys we're going to be live on Patreon immediately after, where we actually do get worse, believe it or not. Patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1. Just $1, and we appreciate your support. It helps us buy these movies like Pig Killer. So thank you very much for the support. And
all right, well, shoot, I'll just throw this. We'll go old school. There.
Yeah, Indie Phantom's grabbing Pig Killer right now. Fuck yeah. We got one for you, Dan.
Chad.
Shit.
Yeah, come on. Don't mix those names up.
This
not our boy Georgia.
This episode and last episode, I think, has really turned me around on this season. The gore in this fucking episode is outrageous. I mean, Jennifer Tilly has this scene where she causes this Martha Stewart character to fucking off herself in the most brutal way possible with this voodoo doll. I mean, dude, she kills herself 10 times over. I mean, it's almost to the point where it's kind of like Allie's death scene in Terrifier 2, where you're just wondering when the fuck this shit's gonna end. And I thought that was awesome. And then, of course, the final kill of the episode with the chandelier falling down and massacring everybody, and then fucking the babysitter gets up like she's okay, and then her face just falls off. Fucking great stuff, man. And I mean, the gore, good mixture of CGI and fucking practical effects. And yeah, I thought this episode was great. Looking forward to seeing where we're gonna go next. I just hope we end this shit strong. Let's kill off some of these characters, because I think some of them have
you're welcome.
I felt that I was like, this could actually happen on this episode. I thought maybe.
Yeah, I thought Devin was going to be gone.
I thought there was a chance for all of them, but especially him.
I didn't.
I was like, do they have the balls to just do it and move on?
See, I don't think they would have, because they just murdered Andy.
No, they didn't.
Well, no, that was
the dream thing, but they still gave it to us on screen. So I think I don't trust it at the moment.
I don't know if they're out of story for them. I don't know what you do with them next. And I mean, obviously that's the job of Dawn to figure that out. But I feel like I'm kind of, I know the audience, the community is ready to move on. But, and I mean, Dan's not the other way. My bad.
There's really nothing left to. This show has actually been fun this season when we're not focused on those two.
See, if they go to characters that become like Andy and the others, and every once in a while we go back to them, I think that's different. I think it's time for their stories to kind of go wherever they're going. But we can check back in on them like we do Andy, or like we do, any of the other.
That was her name.
I'm not even saying, you don't necessarily have to kill them. You can.
It's the focal point's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. You can.
And even I know one of the big complaints was about Devon Sawa, and and after it's kind of like, I'm okay with it now. It's like he's doing his own thing. He's not the focus. He's just a character. And it's not like those first 2 episodes of this season kind of gave everyone expectations, and then they kind of just went their own way.
I wish I was, privy to the creative process, because how funny would it have been to, I don't know who you would make play the actual president, whether that would be Biden, Trump, Maybe Obama would be kind of funny tangling with Chucky. He had all the horror comics where like Obama and Ash did an Evil Dead mashup. Like, I don't know, who would be your president that you would have put in the story? Because I think that actually would have been funny.
I don't care enough to have any of these presidents in the
Yeah.
story. I don't need
president.
I don't need politics in my goddamn Chucky.
I'm not saying you do politics. It's like, what president would you want to see fight Chucky?
George Washington.
Yeah, there
Oh,
you
you're
go.
going old.
Abraham Lincoln.
He's busy fighting vampires.
No, that's true. I'm gonna go Nixon. Does that make you feel better?
Nixon fighting Chucky might be fun.
Dan just wants Trump.
I know.
Trump fighting Chucky would be pretty funny. You're not
Honestly.
even that scary. I like the Dolly terror better.
He just calls him Dolly Dearest the whole time.
You tried. You couldn't kill me. That would be, and when you get the moment where he takes him out, it would be really funny. So, yeah, I don't know. Not my number one though. I think Howard Taft fighting Chucky would be funny. I always go to the fat president. Like, he's stuck in the tub and Chucky like's got it.
Yeah, he fucking puts an anvil over him and fucking drops it on his head in the tub. There you go.
Take him out like Tiffany. This
There you
episode was
go.
back to form for me. We're back having fun and not giving a fuck and just being mean, and I need more of that. So stay on this course, please.
Yeah, I love the whole Phantom gimmick that we're doing with like, I mean, this is the furthest Chucky's ever aged in a body. So we're in like new territory here. And I think that is something exciting that we're getting something new, something we haven't seen before. And that brings the focus on Chucky and not directly on the kids. So
Also,
I don't know.
Tiffany fucking handled business in prison like we said
Oh,
she
yeah.
would. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan. Yeah. Sorry.
What the fuck is that?
That's what you did last week.
Yeah. Or last time we were here, you're like, I don't know if she could take it and handle a prison. She's a fucking hard ass, dude. Fucking potato peeler or whatever the fuck it was to the palm of your hand. That's gnarly as fuck.
I just wanted to see some women in prison action with Jennifer Tilly. What can
just
I
go
say?
watch Bound, Dan.
Yes, I have it on Blu-ray, obviously.
It's
But
playing in the
which
back
one?
right now.
There's like 3 versions.
I'm always watching Bound on this show. It's always playing.
Every time he sees those kids come up, Bound's on. He's like, I
Yeah,
have to
that's
counteract them. My heterosexuality cannot take all this. I need to stand it. Bound time.
That's
Bound.
fucked up. Yeah, I will say I was kind of at the point where I was really over Chucky.
Yeah, I know,
There's
just talking
still
about
hope. There's still hope. It's still
Dan, like we've been telling you from day one, there's fucking It's the only series.
not perfect. You got to give me a little more, but I thought these episodes, the last 2 were a lot of fun.
Last 2 have been great.
Yeah.
And I think it was exciting with the President Jr. there once he got done dirty by the girl. Now he's gonna be like, yeah, I'll kill her. Fucking help me.
Also, are they 3 for 3 now on Halloween episodes?
Yeah, I think everyone they've done has been great.
Their holiday episodes are really good.
Yeah, they had a good Christmas one last year too, right?
Yeah.
Was that last year?
Yeah, the aesthetic of it is always really good. So yeah.
Okay, Cliff, you've taken it too far. I'm not going to pull that up, or Kruger's going to put you on his shit list. I'm not. No, just keep going.
All right.
Voice of Angels.
I know.
Any other spoilers?
There it is. I'm not going to bring it up.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Told you.
Listen, man. Fucking, you don't need to listen to anything if you have a cock in her mouth.
I think he just means she's to be seen and not heard, but I disagree. I like that voice.
Hey, where's one, since it's a theme of the episode. Jennifer or Meg Tilly? In their prime.
Jennifer.
Meg Tilly was pretty fucking
Meg was hot in Psycho 2, but
yeah,
Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer.
Okay.
It's not a hard choice for me.
In the post show.
Yeah, so that's all I've
Okay,
got.
well, here we go then. Cliff, Jennifer Tilly or Fran Drescher?
All right, I'm gonna voice aside.
I'm
Fran
just going
Drescher's
voices.
a fox.
I'm just going voices. We're talking about
Still go Tilly.
Neither of them
Silly.
bother me. Some people like, but I grew up and loved fucking Dr. Detroit, which is but she didn't
as a
play it up like
costume. You were Dr. Detroit for Halloween, I believe.
I was unable to be Dr. Detroit for Halloween because it was hard to. I was 10 years old. The movie's been out for a few years, and it was a whole thing. Like
your mom wouldn't let you be a pimp.
Basically, I mean, and it wasn't even that. She's like, no one's gonna get it though.
Speaking of Halloween, did you guys dress up this year?
As a fat lazy fuck.
You were the whale? Fuck yeah!
Damn it! That's what I'm telling people I am next year. I just the little clamper thing gimmick.
write the story on a piece of paper and just.
I don't have like I wish I saved like some old costumes. I really
do. Doesn't work. My bad. That's a whale joke, dude. Speaking, yeah, I did see the new A24 film. Dan, did you?
The Secret movie. Yes,
that wasn't the A24 film.
Oh, it wasn't. Okay,
that was Next Goal Wins. The A24 film was Priscilla.
I will. Well, I watch all the Oscar films, so I will get to Priscilla.
I don't know if that's going to win shit, but.
Oh, really?
Okay. No, I don't know. You never know. That family, they support certain people, but yet they still get their Oscar nods. Am I the bad guy for calling it out?
I still haven't gotten to fucking Killer of the Flower Moon.
Same.
No, you guys suck dicks.
What?
Hey, man.
You guys suck dicks.
He said we suck dicks. Like, are you deaf?
I thought you were talking to Scorsese there.
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh,
I do love that Marvel's doing like their Scorsese movies.
They just give him the Marvel universe.
They're gonna do deep. Basically, they're making their Jokers.
I think Robert Downey Jr. is going to get. They're making a Hail Mary play. Robert Downey Jr. is going to get the biggest fucking payday in the history of movies to bring him back for something. That's what I think they'll do. I don't know that it's going to work, but
they said they were trying to course correct and bring the original back, which would be her, what's her name, and him. What's the one
Scarlett Johansson.
I don't see that happening, but if they back up the Brinks truck, fuck, maybe.
Yeah, they
know they need to. The Marvels this week.
We need to break $1 billion just to pay Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett.
Can you imagine?
That's this week.
Yeah, that shows how much.
I finally, I'm the only person. I finally started watching Secret Invasion because I remembered I got to watch that before I go.
You got to watch Loki too, then, right?
Oh shit! Is that in the universe?
Yeah.
You don't have to.
God damn it!
Yeah, it's like you gotta watch like 3 fucking shows to go watch.
You really think Loki's gonna tie into this thing? It's like
the overarching villain is Kang. Yes, I do. You might not need to watch it for the Marvels.
I'm only an episode behind, so that's like not a big deal. So
of Loki?
Didn't they cancel like Blade officially now?
No, no, it's still.
I heard canceled.
It's not.
We'll talk more about this in Patreon.
No, we're done. We don't need. All right. Well,
meet us over patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures, where Todd will rant on a legend, and we will do all sorts of.
And he keeps promising things I didn't say I was going to do.
Well, I will name drop the friend in Pig Killer.
That he will.
There we go.
Uncensored.
So, a lot of uncensored naughty shenanigans on Patreon to check out. And that's all I got. Stay tuned tomorrow. We will have our Visual Vengeance show with reviews for Lichen Colony and Vampires and Other Stereotypes. And all right, guys. Good night for now. See you over on Patreon in a couple minutes.
See you in 5 minutes-ish.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I'll see you in Disneyland.